All right, I'm gonna do a small video on this particular subject because this is the second time that this has happened to me whilst casually going through YouTube in terms of leaving comments and stuff like that. So there's been a growing trend on people approaching others on the comment section in YouTube, trying to appeal for like attention and whatnot. The first time that I've had this happen was when I briefly commented on a video on Louder with Crowlers, one of his videos, and it's happened again when I went on to Officer Tatum's or the Officer Tatum web YouTube page and briefly commented on the whole fiasco with Nancy Pelosi's husband and the body cams from those. So, but that's a story for another time. Anyways, you can see on this particular page here, like this was the comment that was replied to me when I commented on the video and whatnot. So, and it clearly shows its intentions, or rather, the other one didn't even have added information. It just had a phone number or something of that nature to indicate that they want to make contact. Well, I mean, silly me, I did try to make contact and was kind of curious about this. Now, I will say I'm very certain that this is not Officer Tatum, like, at all. I'm fairly certain of that. I'm not casting any doubts on him or anything of that nature with this. So, but take that with a degree of caution whenever you have messages from folks that are trying to get your attention, something like that. Especially when it's someone copying the thumbnail or the profiles just to get your attention and whatnot. So we briefly talked. Excuse me about that. We briefly talked a little bit about our lifestyles and stuff like that. So we only talked for like a few minutes at a time or whatever. But he eventually opened the subject on finances, which is always that one like aspect of life that is very eye-opening in terms of wanting people's attention and stuff like that. It's always that one thing. So he guided me to a link called Top Notch Gold. This is essentially, from what I've gathered on this website or this company, I don't even think this is even a thing to happen or anything like that. But it's essentially I want to say scheme or a business plan to try and get investors to join up on this on investing in cryptocurrency, pretty much, specifically Bitcoin. The site itself looks official, but I can see a few things that are kind of glaring, especially when you look at the stuff up here, like these graphical errors that I'm kind of leery in terms of why they look like that and whatnot. Couldn't they fix that or anything like that? And at the same time, you have customer reviews, and yet there's no way of actually going to find out what their experiences were and whatnot. This is another thing that bothers me too, is the constant pop-ups up here. Like, I've actually had one occasion where you like refresh it. It briefly like tries to go up, but it stops for whatever reason. Like Michael Lawson and from London. If you do it enough times, I mean, you can kind of see it happen like 3 in a row. Mike Kobe from UK. I actually think this was a different location, but I had Ray Johnson come up 3 different times saying Ray Johnson from Alabama received such and such amount of money. Ray Johnson from Australia received such and such money. Ray Johnson from the U.S. received such and such money. So, yeah, it's like, and I'm fairly certain this is an absolute scam. I'm pretty damn sure of that, because what pushes me even more to believe that this is in fact a scam is this portion down here. It barely says anything to indicate what to do, what to even what how much money is this the amount of money that you need to spend to put in, or this maximum amount of money. How on earth can you project a profit from this when Bitcoin itself fluctuates between increasing and decreasing? Like, we had a huge Bitcoin crash when literally a big dip in its price when FTX like took a nosedive, like completely crashing and whatnot. And what does this mean? Duration? Is this how much time that it takes for it to accumulate the amount of money? And referral? What does that even mean? There's no explanation as to how this is supported. Like, if I go to get started, it immediately goes to this information right here, which I'm inclined. There it is, Ray Johnson from Alabama again. 5 minutes ago, like 15 minutes ago in that respect as well. It's like, good Lord. Australia. I'm sure that said something else too. Like, good Lord. From Alabama. Yeah. Guys, please be careful with who you like try and keep and get in contact with, because in my honest opinion, like, this is a whole different like level of scam that's going around. So if you receive a comment reply on YouTube or Rumble or whichever site, and they start talking about finances, especially when they talk a bit about Bitcoin, do your research. Figure out if this is a legit company, if they are trying to fish out information from you, whatever it is. Just don't go ahead on first without doing your due diligence to research the whatever it is that these guys are trying to advertise to you. And YouTube, you definitely need to do a better job in like avoiding and trying to root out this kind of behavior. All right. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys have a great 2023.